The country's top three political parties are facing off in the Johannesburg City Council ahead of the election of a new mayor. The ANC's Johannesburg Region Chair, Jeff Makhubo, the DA's Mayoral Committee Member for Finance, Funzela Ngobeni, and the EFF's Johannesburg Regional Chair, Musa Novella, are the candidates contesting the position. Last week, Council Speaker Vasco da Gama postponed the sitting, saying he needed legal opinion on what constitutes a majority in the council. The post became vacant after DA's Herman Mashaba abruptly resigned. Well, for more on this story, we cross to our reporter, Natasha Piri, who's standing by for us. Natasha, what's happening where you are?
Well, very good afternoon to you, Nompu, and of course to our SABC viewers. Council is currently under break, and of course it seems to be a legal tussle. People, or rather members of council, still confused over what constitutes a majority of votes. But I'm actually joined by the DA's John Moody. Always a pleasure having you in the SABC. John, so, I mean, council proceedings are still, in and out, in and out. I mean, what does this mean for the DA?
Well, let me say, what does it mean for the people of Johannesburg? The thing is that they are exercising their democratic right to question, and that we in agreement with, So you need to get clarity of mind and a meeting of minds as to what constitutes a quorum in the first instance and what constitutes a majority, and that is what it's about. It's about the numbers at the end of the day. We know that the Speaker did get a legal opinion from senior counsel, independent as such, but that is also being queried. It's almost like doctors diagnosing. Go to one doctor and diagnoses you with pneumonia and the other one gives you croup.
Talking about him actually extracting legal opinion from outside, you've got, lawyers within council. Why could he not just consult them?
Well, that is normal practice, is that when you have an issue as contentious as this, where you're electing a mayor, and remember that those lawyers actually sit with him there at the front as well, and they query that, then you take it out to external legal experts to give an opinion.
Some political parties in council believe that these are just delaying tactics because, yesterday's legal opinion was outright.
Well, it is not so much the Speaker that is delaying things here. The opinion is being queried, and he's doing the most prudent of things, and that is to take it for advisement again, because the last thing that you want is to have an elected mayor and another political party takes this matter to court, and then it just upsets the whole apple cart again, and it's about political stability.
Another argument that we heard earlier on today is that, the same systems that were used in 2016 to elect former Mayor Herman Mashaba are the ones that actually should be used today.
Well, the thing is that we have three candidates this time around. And when you have three candidates, what happens is you have the first round of votes. If you do not have a candidate that has 50% plus one of those who went and cast their votes, then you go, the person with the candidate with the least votes falls out, and then you go into a second round, and of course the majority of the second round, whoever's voted, then becomes the mayor of Johannesburg, and that is the contentious issue at this moment in time. As we've heard there, the questions from the EFF is, so if it has to be 50% of those who have cast their vote in the first round, which of course is being taken under advisement now.
So clearly you still have a long way to go. Is the DA optimistic that their candidate Funzela Ngobeni will emerge victorious?
Well, you know what? We can only control the things that we are in control of. We know that ourselves, that's our councillors as well as our coalition partners. We very much backing our candidate. And at the end of the day, quite frankly speaking, the EFF are the kingmakers here. And it's about what they decide is in the best interests of the people of Johannesburg at the end of the day.
John, let me just rope in the Kokta MEC in Gauteng, Lebogang Maile. Thank you so much for your time. So, Lebogang, are you happy? You had promised yesterday that you would actually oversee this process. You had written 2 letters. The Premier has sent a strict warning to the Johannesburg Council. What are your sentiments thus far?
Well, so far, I think the council is still on track, and it seems it's going to proceed because the majority of councillors agree with the legal opinion, and that is a majority from both the ANC and the DA, and I think other parties except the EFF. So it seems that the voting is going to commence anytime from now.
So no disruptions.
No disruptions, and we are happy. That's what we wanted, and may the best candidate win, and we're waiting to see who's the new mayor so that we can work with that new mayor in building Johannesburg and making sure that we provide services to our people, make sure that there is stability in this municipality, because this is a very important municipality. It shouldn't be taken for granted, and we shouldn't relax when there's a situation like the one we have seen taking place here. And not just here in Johannesburg, anywhere else in our province. We want to make sure that all our municipalities in the province are stable. If political parties want to play politics, there's nothing wrong. They must use the chamber of council. It's for that reason. That's why they went out to get votes so that they can contest their ideas here in the chamber. If they don't want to contest their ideas in the chambers, then we will have a problem.
Remind us again of that stern warning that you gave to the city speaker. If no mayor is elected today, what will happen?
No, I said, okay, if the mayor is not elected, I will give them another last 7 days, I think. And then we will obviously have to take over and make sure we work with them or even convene that council meeting and proceed from there.
Thank you so much. We will catch up with you throughout the course of the day. Of course, that was Kokta MEC Lebogang Maile saying that so far he's happy with the proceedings. There haven't been any disruptions here in Council Nompu. Just various, parties, political parties in Council seeking legal clarity and legal opinion of course, what constitutes a majority of votes in Council, what that actually means. And just to remind you, Nompu, and of course our viewers, we have 269 seats here in Council. The ANC has 121, and of course they had 122 before, but this is because of that councillor that unfortunately passed on. The DA has 103 seats, followed by the EFF with 30 seats. Then you have the IFP with 5 seats, and of course you have the AIC with 4 seats, and of course the other political parties in Council like the PA, IFP, FF Plus, COPE, ACDP, and of course, last but not least, Al Jamaa all have 1 seat in Council. So, it looks as if Johannesburg residents will have to still wait a little bit longer to actually see and hear who their new Johannesburg mayor will be. But of course, lots of contestation. As you understand, this is the economic hub of the country, if not the continent, Nompu.
Thanks very much, Natasha, for that report. My colleague there, Natasha Piri.